Today, I am 35 years old, which is so crazy to say because 35 feels like such a big number, but I feel at the same time like more youthful and more alive and more free than ever. And I really truly feel like my life is just beginning and there's so much more ahead of me, and I am expectant and hopeful for all that God wants to do in and through and for me in year 35 and in the years to come and the decades to come. And I'm just so excited. I just feel so grateful to be 35, to see 35. I know many don't get to see 35, even as young as that is. And I would tell anybody else who is in their 30s, even turning 40, even turning 50, these are still great years. These are still youthful years. And I really believe it really just comes down to a matter of how you choose to spend them and how you choose to look at them. Life is really all about perspective and about faith and what you choose to believe in, what you choose to think on daily. And I think I spent a lot of my life prior living with fear or regret or worry or comparison. And a lot of those mindsets are the things that held me back. It wasn't my accomplishments or what I hadn't accomplished yet. It wasn't what others around me were doing. It wasn't, my job or my business, my relationships. It wasn't any of those things. That had nothing to do with those things other than the fact that my mindset was keeping me stuck. My lack of faith was what was keeping me stuck. And I feel like in this past year, God really did a work of uprooting in me and changing my heart and changing my mind about a lot of things. And I just feel so excited and so blessed again to see this day, to see 35. And I am so excited for what he's going to do now that I have a different mindset, I have a different perspective, a different approach to life, and a much greater faith walking into year 35 than I have had in past years. And in the parts of me that may not have that level of faith that I want to have yet, I'm asking God to reach into those parts of me and to stir up greater faith in me and to help me believe, to help my unbelief. I think society and the world around us can put a lot of pressure, and I think your environment and the people around you and the voices around you can be so loud sometimes and make greater impact than what God intended for you to have in your life. And I think it's so important to really turn to God and really allow him to make an impact on your life and really allow him to guide and direct where you're meant to be. And that's what I want for me stepping into year 35. I want to be someone who is completely surrendered to God, someone who God chooses and uses for his glory, someone that walks in everything that God has for them, because I chose to surrender to God, to completely trust in him and not allow my circumstances or my environment or people around me to dictate the life that I was meant to live. And so I'm excited to live fully on fire in year 35, to live passionately, to live compassionately, to live humbly, yet confident and bold and unafraid and authentically myself. I think that's a big one, again, because of perspective and letting the environment around me affect the way that I think. I haven't always been completely myself. I haven't always been authentic and true to me and true to the way that I know that I was called to live by God and be all of me with the unique personality that he's given me and the unique gifts and skills that he's given me, and with the beauty that he's given me inside and out, and the mind that he's given me and the body that he's given me, and letting the opportunities that he brings my way be more than enough. And I will only know that they're enough when I'm focused on them and not on someone else's blessing, there's someone else's accomplishments, or whatever someone else is doing. Because when our eyes are so focused on others, whether through social media or in real life, it takes away from the beauty of your own journey, and it distracts you from the life you're meant to live. I really believe we miss the blessings that were for us when we're so focused on others' blessings, and even just so focused on ourselves in a way where we have this sort of victim mentality where it's like, it's me, or what about me, or hey, look at me. And I feel like there's so much danger in that as well, where we can again miss so much of what God truly has for us, because again, our eyes are not set on Him. When our eyes are to others and even to ourselves, we miss Him. And when we look to Jesus and keep our eyes locked on Jesus, we don't have to worry or doubt if we're walking in the right direction, or if we're walking in God's plan for our life. Like, the direction is Jesus. If I'm looking to Him, I know that I'm walking in the right direction that I need to be going, and that I can run with full confidence, knowing that I'm on the path that He has for me, and that He's the one that's changing me, opening doors for me, shutting doors that I'm not meant to walk through, and bringing the right people alongside me to walk this journey of life out with. It's been a great 35 years. It's been challenging. It's been humbling. It's been a lot of growth, some disappointment, a lot of joy, some accomplishments, some grieving, some letting go, a lot of surrendering, a lot of recommitting and retrusting in the Lord. And I think that's what the journey is all about, becoming and unbecoming. It's that ultimately we become more like Jesus in the end. I don't know, I'm just grateful today, and I'm just grateful for God's grace over my life, His mercy. And I'm grateful that almost 12 years ago, He waited patiently for me. He waited patiently for me for 23 years, almost 24 years, before I came to Him and finally gave my life to Him. And the last 11 or so years have been the greatest and best years, with all the trials and all the triumphs. The 12 years, the 11 to 12 years have been my greatest years. And I'm just so grateful and excited that I get to have forever with Him, and not the next 12, 24, the next several decades until eternity, I know will be some of the best years to come. The best is always yet to come with God. Thank you so much, Mommy.
You're welcome.
Love you so much.
Love you more. What are you doing? I know you went for your birthday. You've been celebrating. You doing anything today?
Yes, I worked a little bit, kind of. I went to the gym, I journaled, spent some time with God, and then I did a sauna session, and now I'm going to have lunch with Gabriel and my mom. You gave birth to me 35 years ago. How does it feel?
How does it feel?
Yeah.
It feels like I feel overjoyed. I feel just very blessed, because there's a lot of women who can't have children, and Leah and I only have 22 years apart, so I'm very blessed to have Leah and to be here, sitting here with her right now, celebrating her 35th birthday. So I'm overjoyed.